Welcome to the Titan Upload Network. I'm Titans for Life. And today we're going to talk about where the Titans are going, particularly on the offensive line. And as always, we're going to keep it real. I'm Titans for Life. And I just want to talk, you can probably hear it in my voice right now. I'm really excited. I'm really excited about this time of the year. Always, because this is a time in which teams go out and they get their players and then they begin to develop them after all of this and then integrate them into the offense and defenses and special teams. And to me, this is exciting because you get to see young kids at the combine, at workouts, at their schools, and then you get to see, really what the coaches are seeing, and you're able to get out there, on video and watch all this stuff, and it's exciting to me because then you can see kind of a picture, particularly after the draft, you can see a picture of where the Titans are going, and then you watch them, and you can watch the Titans make moves and release people and things like that to try to figure out where they're heading. And one of the places that I think the Titans really need to head is in that offensive line. They have to fix this offensive line. The offensive line last year was absolute garbage. It was trash. It was horrendous. It was hard to watch. I mean, it was so bad that at times I was just, I'm a content creator, so I have to, I kind of have to watch the games. I have to watch the games and be able to provide analysis and understanding of what's going on. But at times I just had to close my eyes and go, oh Lord, please God help them, and pray for this offensive line because it was bad. It was really bad, particularly on the left side at left tackle. It was atrocious. On the right side at right tackle, Nicholas Petit-Frere was a rookie, and he's going to make rookie mistakes. But overall, I think he held up pretty well. But on the offensive line, man, it was overall. If I could give a grade of less than F, I would. It was a Z. It was Z. It was so bad. It shouldn't even been, you shouldn't have had to watch that. So I think one of the things the Titans are going to have to do is they're going to have to go out and get an offensive line. They have to go offensive line. They have to in the draft. There's no ifs, ands, and buts about it. I think they're going to have to go offensive line in the draft. I think they're going to have to go and get some free agents on the offensive line. And in order to do that, the Titans had to free up some cap space. So you've seen some cuts come out. You knew these cuts were coming. We all told you that these cuts were coming. These cuts were not a surprise to anybody. So in keeping it real, we got to understand that the Titans and Ran Carthon really have to rebuild this offensive line because the offensive line gives you more time than your whole offense gets a little better. Your receivers get a little bit more time to get open. The difference in the NFL between 3 seconds in the pocket and 4 seconds in the pocket is a touchdown. That's the difference. 1 second can mean the difference between a touchdown and a sack. So one of the things that the Titans have to do is they've got to get the quarterback more time. 4 seconds is pretty standard in for time to throw the ball in the NFL. So we were less than 3 seconds at times last year. I mean, we had our offensive line were giving up more sacks than a grocery store. It was that bad. And we just happened to get lucky enough at times to have a mobile enough quarterback to navigate through those situations. Secondly, the offensive line, what it does is it also gives the running back holes to run through. If you're coming through untouched as a defensive lineman, you're coming through untouched, then the entire backfield is open to you to go where you need to go to get that tackle for a loss. So when the offensive line fails to do their job or are incapable of doing their job, as they were sometimes this year, it becomes really vital that the Titans get out there and get that offensive line. It becomes vital that offensive line blocks a little bit better. And this is something that didn't happen. So even though Derrick Henry had over 1,500 yards rushing last year, it was not as effective as it could have been. The effect is that with 1,500 yards, he did it on more rushes. And because he had to have more rushes to do the 1,500 yards, that means that it's going to put wear and tear on him. That also means that instead of first and 5 and 1st and 6 and 1st and 3, or second and 6, 2nd and 3, short yardage, manageable yardage situations, you end up with 2nd and 9. You end up with 2nd and 8 or 2nd and 13. Those are the things that happen, and that changes what you can do on your 2nd down call. It changes the ability to call what I call splash plays, because now you have to call a play that's going to get you, 7, 8 yards, and you have to call that play, and that call has to is very limited, because now you're trying to get it down to 3rd and 5 or less. So what ends up happening is it narrows down those splash plays. It narrows down what I call throw plays, that are plays that you can go over the top, take a shot down the field a little bit. And it doesn't really matter because your offensive line isn't blocking very well. You're not going to be able to get that 3, 4. You're not going to be able to get that 4 seconds or so to get the ball in the air to a deep receiver. So it becomes a snowball effect, and you see that at the end of the year as the snowball begins to happen. The Titans really don't have time to throw. You can't really run on it. It becomes a mess. So the Titans really have to clean up this offensive line. And I think that there are some guys in the draft that the Titans are going to go after. And I think there's a lot of guys in free agency that the Titans can go after that they can afford. Now, Ran Carthon has a Herculean job ahead of him. And I think he started that. He had to do some evaluations and determine, hey, this is not going to work. There are some contracts that were just numerically not going to work out. And we talked about that on Titans Rossi's channel, what had to happen and when it had to happen, and we're now looking at the results of that. We knew that certain people had to be released. We know that certain people are going to be released on June 1st, because that's the cutoff, and that's when they save the most cap space, and you can divide up the cap in two different years, and then you've got a better cap position. So we knew that was going to be an issue. We talked about maybe some trades going on, with some guys to try to get some stuff. And there's been a lot of rumors about, trading Derrick Henry. And to be honest with you, I just don't see a trade happening at this point. Now, don't get me wrong. There could be a trade that happens at some point. Could be a last minute thing. I don't see it happening unless we literally get a king's ransom for King Henry. So, I know that, there was some reports about, some teams going after him. And I can tell you that a question was kind of asked offhand at some point, and, Rand just kind of said, well, it is what it is. And so just because a team inquires about a player and the team that has the rights to that player gives a reply does not mean that's a negotiation. Does not mean that the trade is going to happen. That, I ask my son a lot of things. He asks me for a lot of things, knowing that he's not going to get them. And just because the question is asked and answered does not mean that that's going to happen. So just keep that in mind as we go through the season, as we go through the off season, and we start seeing some moves being made. You're going to be able to see slowly but surely, as they're putting these pieces of the puzzle, as Rand calls it, pieces to the puzzle together, you're going to start seeing the overall effect of what's going on. And trust me on this. Trust me. The Titans do have some players that they can build around on defense. They have a couple of guys on offense that they're going to be able to build around, and it's going to really be an interesting puzzle, that they're putting together. Because I think one of the things that they're going to do is they're going to stress defenses. They're looking in the future to stress the defense, make the defense make decisions that they don't want to have to make, and make them quicker than they want to make them, because that's how this offense I believe is going to be structured. It's going to be a real interesting thing. I love this. Guys, look, everybody watch it. I love this part of the season. I get real hyped on this. So if you see me, if I'm talking faster than usual, it's because I'm really excited about this. And I'm really excited about the changes we're making to the Titan Upload Network. Like and subscribe to this channel, because this is the Titan Upload Network channel. This is where you're going to find us all. You're going to find every one of us on this channel doing something from time to time. And from time to time, you're also going to see us all together, or you're going to see many of us together. If we can, it just depends on, we all have other jobs outside of this. If you like, subscribe, and you support this channel, maybe one day we can do it without having to have jobs, and we can just do this full time. But we all have full-time jobs outside of this. And I'm telling you, we love this. We love what we do. We talk about it off air. We talk about it when, on our phones. We chat about it on our phones. We're working on, I'm personally working on credentialing, getting credentialed. There are some hoops that you have to jump through. There are some things that you have to do to get credentialed, and I'm working personally on getting credentialed. I'm hoping by this time, this time in a month and a half, I'll be able to be credentialed and go to some of these things and participate in Titans. And participate in Titans press conferences and things like that, and ask questions, and you may see me on there. So know that we're working as a group to all get to the point where we are, more than just YouTubers, more than just content creators. We're value add to Titans fans. That's what we're working for. We want every Titans fan to be out there going, look, these guys added value to what I understand and how I understand it. And I really want that to sink into your mind, that we're improving every day. We're getting better equipment. We're getting better things. We're getting, better techniques. We're getting better workflows. We're all working together. There's 7 of us. We're working together quickly, hard, trying to put together content, and look on this channel for content almost every day, if not every day. So, just remember that we're doing this for you, because we're fans just like you at this point. We're not, none of us are credentialed media yet. So we're fans just like you. And yeah, sometimes, we're going to say things offhand and kind of joke around and things like that. But we're fun. We love that stuff. And I tell you what, watch this channel. Watch Titans for Life, Titans Raw Seat. Watch all of us. We will put and air things on here, and then we'll also air things on our own channel. On our own channels, just so that we have some stuff on there. But this right here will be a content hub for you for YouTube and our Titan Upload Network. And remember, in all things, keep it real, and welcome to the Titan Upload Network. Welcome to the Titan Upload.